the news at 1. Vice President Shettima and team arrive London on the President's directive. FCTA intensifies crackdown on beggars. And NGO applies voices of sickle cell warriors. A very good afternoon to you and welcome to the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. I am Cecilia Julius. Remember, you can also watch us live on YouTube at NTA Channel 5 Abuja. Now to the news. Vice President Kashim Shettima in London on President Bola Tinubu's directive following the announcement of former President Muhammadu Buhari's death. President Tinubu announced the passing of his predecessor, former President Muhammadu Buhari, who died on Sunday at London at approximately 4:30 p.m. President Tinubu directed Vice President Kashim Shettima and Chief of Staff to the President, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, to accompany President Muhammadu Buhari's body back to Nigeria. Former President Buhari, who was 82, served as Nigeria's democratically elected president from 2015 to 2023. He also served as military head of state between January 1984 and August 1985. President Tinubu has ordered flags to be flown at half-mast as a mark of respect for the departed leader. And now joining me in the studio is the former a public affairs analyst and president, Risk Management Society of Nigeria, Abbas Idris. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Let's look at the topic in focus. Who was the man, Muhammadu Buhari?
Thank you very much. Before I say anything, I would like to register my condolences to the immediate family of late President Muhammadu Buhari and the larger family, which is, of course, Nigeria, for losing such a very credible and highly disciplined leader. President Muhammadu Buhari is known to be a man of integrity, a man of honor, and a man that is respected worldwide. He was an anti-corruption crusader who has fought corruption right from his childhood. The testimony that is coming out from his friends and age mates will testify to that even when he was a young officer, he does not involve himself in such corrupt practices. So he's a man of honor who brought really honor and integrity to the nation as a leader. Yes, he may have his own lapses as a human being, but nobody can take such discipline, integrity, honor, and respect from him.
Okay, can we look at his impact on Nigerians as a country?
Yeah, absolutely, because at a time, his name resonate and show that he's a man that everybody wants to reckon with. Before he became the president, you could see how people have made a lot of sacrifice trying to ensure that he came on power because much was expected from him, especially on his past antecedent when he was a military head of state. There was discipline in this country. And when he was the chairman of the Petroleum Trust Fund, a lot of things had happened in which the main government will not be able to do. And up to now, there are still some facilities that are using what he has done as PTF chairman. If you go to some hospitals, you will see beddings and beds, which was supplied by the PTF. And everything, and that time, it was from the difference between the pump price and the increase that was done in petroleum subsidy. And that has made a great impact to the economy and improved the life of Nigerians.
Okay. Let's look at his impact on the anti-corruption fight.
Yes, by merely hearing his own name, everybody who would like to be careful with him. This is a man that is known for his anti-corruption crusade. Uh, this is it was a president that gave about 3 of his children, but some people in the villa did not even knew that the marriage was consummated. And unlike others, whereby they will tax even the ministers to bring so many things to the palace, I mean to the villa. But this was a man that gave his children quietly, and he fought corruption to the extent that you cannot approach him. But you can. Some of his ministers were corrupt and they are still in the court. Yes, you cannot have everybody to be the same like you. But nobody would take it away from him that he has never been corrupt. And nobody will tell you that he has supplied anything to him or he has asked anybody to bring. And go and find out how many plots of land does Buhari had in Abuja? And how many houses does he have in Abuja? He doesn't. He doesn't have. And this was a president that can own, if he wants to, he would have owned even the villa itself. So on the anti-corruption war, nobody will take it away from him. He has done much, much, much more. But yes, like I said, some of his lieutenants can go differently. You can born a child and behave differently from you. But everybody knows that if he gets to know that you are involved in corrupt practices, definitely you are not going to be spared.
Okay, let's talk a bit about his fight on governance in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Well, that is an area that is having some losses because of lack of proper supervision. Absolutely. Like I said, a human being cannot be 100% perfect. Governance, in terms of governance, there were a lot of lapses from other ministries that were not really performing well. But he tried because he has changed about 3 or 4 ministers at that time, and some of them were even charged with corrupt practices. So at least he has done well. The only thing is monitoring and evaluation that was missing in the system at that particular time. Yes.
okay. Um, what will we say is the import of his death to the political landscape of Nigeria?
Well, whether we like it or not, we have lost a leader. We lost a father, a statesman of integrity, a man of timber and caliber. Uh, he was a man that everybody wants to associate with, at least, and this is the time that he will have been mentoring politicians, young politicians who can really make impact and copy from him. But I'm pretty sure that what he has left behind is going to also crystallize and make a lot of impact for the economy of Nigeria.
Okay, sir, before we let you go, can you let Nigerians know about what you can best describe as late President Buhari's immortalized image or identity? How can it be immortalized?
I think what we can immortalize him is generally on integrity and discipline. Integrity and discipline. If we are disciplined, this is what is lacking in Nigeria. If all of us are disciplined enough, we will not be beating the traffic lights. We will respect everybody. We will respect every religion. We will respect every tribe. And integrity is key in leadership. If you don't have integrity, you definitely lose a lot. So we require people to have, before they take the mantle of leadership, should be tested on their own integrity. Because if you are not having that integrity, you will not be trusted. So trust, integrity, and discipline.
Thank you so much, sir. With us in the studio has been Mr. Abbas Idris. public affairs analyst. But before we go, the news continues after now. Eminent Nigerians have Good evening. Glad to have you join us.
Thanks for joining us on Weekly News Wrap.
Thank you very much for having me.
And it is on that note we welcome you to today's edition of the program.
I will celebrate creativity, lasting impressions.
There's no book stating that this is the role for men.
On the news.
On the news at 7.
Jama'a barkamu da wannan
The Little Station, NTA Channel 5, Abuja.
Would say have a lovely day.
Thanks for staying tuned. Eminent Nigerians have continued to pay tribute to former President Muhammadu Buhari, who passed on yesterday. Tessie Omeri reports that many describe the late president as a man of consistency and integrity.
On a fateful Sunday, 13th July 2025, at about 4:30 p.m., the news filtered in the air over the passing of former President Muhammadu Buhari at a London clinic after a protracted illness. Nigerians continue to speak on the legacies of the late president.
That one will remember and cherish about the late President Muhammadu Buhari are his values that he holds dearly. Those values appear to be his signature. Patriotism. He is someone who loves this country. He is someone whose actions, policies are in good faith for the sake of this country. Committed to everything he believes in. He does it with all the zeal and sincerity of purpose to ensure that that task before him is accomplished.
The man Buhari means many things to many people. From military to civilian leadership, late President Buhari held the highest office in the land. His anti-corruption campaign, discipline and integrity stand him out. The virtues he brought into governance with landmark projects and legacies.
I was then Director General of the National Orientation Agency, and he allowed me to stay for a while. People around thought, because of differences in political party and the government that appointed me, they thought I should be removed almost immediately. And he put the question: was I corrupt? Did I take anybody's money or got people's money that does not belong to me? They said no. And I think that showed that he really wanted people around who knew their job to do it irrespective of party circumstances.
They say, don't look at the messengers, look at the message. You pass the message to Nigerians who are against indiscipline. Wish him and Jannah
Makes him very endearing. This to me attributes that people admire.
The body of late Muhammad Buhari is being expected from London for the final interment in Daura. In Abuja, Tessie Omeri, NTA News.
We sincerely apologize for the poor audio output. In a renewed effort to sensitize the nation's capital, the Federal Capital Territory Administration, through its Social Development Secretariat, has arrested 210 individuals involved in the street begging and suspected criminal activities across the territory. Hawa Gimba reports that the acting director of the Social Welfare Department, Gloria Onwuka, made this known during the official handing over of the apprehended persons at the Vocational and Rehabilitation Center in Buhari Area Council. The reports.
As part of ongoing efforts to curb insecurity and restore orderliness in the Federal Capital Territory, the FCTA Task Force under the Social Development Secretariat has arrested 210 street beggars and destitute persons suspected of being involved in criminal activities across the city. The acting director of the Social Welfare Department, Gloria Onwuka, says the mass arrest is in continuation of the administration's Operation Sweep Abuja Clean, a city-wide initiative designed to eliminate environmental nuisances, remove miscreants from public spaces, and tackling emerging security threats in the FCT. Among those apprehended are 58 women, 72 children, and 80 men, many of whom were found loitering around major intersections, markets, and worship centers. The acting director emphasized that while the administration remains sensitive to the plight of the vulnerable, the abuse of public spaces under the guise of begging will no longer be tolerated.
The minister have decided to clear all these people that are giving problems to individuals in the FCT here. Every day you receive complaints about one thing or the other. One chance, kidnapping, all manner of evil things happening in FCT. So the minister, knowing our minister as an action man, he now wants to do away with all those things.
The director of the FCTA Security Service Department, Adamu Gwari, represented by the Secretary of Command and Control Center, Dr. Peter Olumuji, said the rising number of street beggars is linked to an increase in petty crimes, drug abuse, and harassment of residents.
The operation have covered so far the city center, Kubwa, Gwarimpa, Asokoro, Geriki, Wise, and the rest, and the operation is expanding because the Honorable Minister concern is that every nook and cranny of the FCT that has any form of insecurity must be covered by this special joint task team. It is expedient because the Commissioner of Police have directed that massive deployment should be made to this center to secure those that have been brought in here.
And while officials of the Social Welfare Department say efforts are underway to repatriate some of the suspects to their states of origin after due profiling, while vulnerable individuals among them will be rehabilitated at designated centers. With Operation Sweep Abuja Clean gaining momentum, authorities say the message is clear: the Federal Capital Territory will not be a haven for crime and disorder. Hawagimba, NTA News.
Let's now talk education. LEA schools across the 6 area councils of the Federal Capital Territory have resumed academic activities for the past 3 days after a 3-month industrial action. This resumption aims to help students align with the standard academic calendar. Hadiza Godwin Ebune reports that schools visited had about 85% turnout for both the teachers and the pupils.
It is no longer news that the public primary schools under the local education authority across the 6 area councils of the FCT were shut for over 3 months, following a prolonged industrial dispute between the FCT chapter of the Nigerian Union of Teachers and the area council authorities. During a visit to some earlier schools to assess the level of academic activities, especially as the term is promotional, NTA observed that revision exercises have commenced in preparation for second term examinations.
There is very well we have led us place where we met. We see our learning and we are doing our revision on the subject we are going to go more deep. The revision like for us to remember all we do, and for the teaching for us to know what we are going to write in the exam paper.
Teachers, parents, and other stakeholders have expressed concern over the prolonged silence of relevant authorities, which they say contributed to the 3-month strike action.
According to our plan, the exam will commence on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for the remaining papers. The third time is left with our authority. We are waiting for directive from the head office.
We don't complete our exam, so the remaining papers will be written next week. So we have to revise with what has been taught so that we'll be able to put something back.
I am worried that we need to pay attention to education. I believe that this country must have three priorities. The first is education, the second is education, the third is education.
We are going to think very well on how to go about the remaining period, and we will liaise with management.
Stakeholders are calling on government at all levels to prioritize basic education and initiate necessary reforms. Hadiza Godwin Ebuni, NTA News.
And moving on to health, the Medunama Sickle Cell Foundation organized a sensitization walk to raise awareness about sickle cell disorder, commemorating World Sickle Cell Day. The event aimed to educate the public and amplify the voices of those living with the condition. Hadiza Godwin Ebune again reports.
The awareness walk was organized to advocate for persons living with sickle cell disorder and to sensitize the public on its impact on individuals and society. Founder of Medunama Sickle Cell Foundation, Rabi Medunama, stated that the foundation remains committed to sustained advocacy, noting that the disorder often remains under-recognized outside affected communities.
Sickle cell is everybody's business, whether we like it or not in Nigeria. 1 out of every 4 Nigerians is either AS, which is a sickle cell carrier, or has sickle cell. So 25% of the population is already affected. So it has become a national issue. It's like a time bomb waiting to explode.
Participants, including individuals living with the condition referred to as warriors, and their parents shared their experiences. They highlighted the challenges faced and called for increased research and improved medical care.
About 30 to 40% of Nigerian population are youth. A lot of unmarried people are there. So we want to use this opportunity to campaign that before you get married, you should at minimum know your genotype. If you know your genotype, it will help you to make an informed decision in order with you and your partner, so that your children that you are going to have will not be a sufferer of sickle cell disease.
It comes when you don't expect. You can't say this is what I would do and it will trigger it. Sometimes you may be happy and over happy can trigger it. Sometimes you may be sad and that sadness may trigger it. Sometimes it may be too cold and cold may trigger it. Sometimes it may be heat. You are feeling heat and before you know it, you fall into crisis.
The campaign featured medical outreach activities such as free genotype testing and distribution of essential medication, among others. Hadiza Godwin Ebune, NTA News.
A unique sporting facility and social relaxation hub, Soho Boulevard, is set to cater to the diverse social needs of Abuja residents, particularly in Maitama. The groundbreaking ceremony showcased the concept's speedy development, with the founders promising an exciting experience for everyone once the facility is fully developed. Abdullahi Ajia reports that Nasarawa State Deputy Governor Emmanuel Akabe was among the guests who commended the initiative.
What you are doing today is taking us back to those good days, that the younger generation should be fully at the helm of affairs.
With a wide range of acceptance and support for the Soho Boulevard by people from all walks of life during the groundbreaking ceremony, the project, conceptualized from the dreams and burning vision of young like minds, Soho Boulevard represents a variety of entertainment, relaxation, sports, and business environment, as revealed by founders and partners. Nasarawa State Deputy Governor Dr. Emmanuel Akabe and Senator representing Nasarawa West, Senator Ahmed Aliu Wadada, while performing the groundbreaking ceremony, commended the blend of foresight, courage, entrepreneurship, and leadership qualities of the group, urging them to remain focused.
The concept and all the dreams that I can see, it's and coming from chaps that are just about 25 years and below, is quite exciting, and it gives one hope that in Nigeria, indeed, our youth are up to it, and I wish them well. Indeed, Nigeria is great, Nigeria is big, and there's everything everywhere for everybody.
This is a concept that will bring people together to socialize. And in socialization, a whole lot of things come to bear, because you will share views, you will share opinions, you will share ideas that at the end of the day will crystallize to realities of life, and the needed and required values will be added.
I love what I'm seeing already, and this is a perfect concept and a perfect idea.
The group and owners of the Soho Boulevard said the project concept, model, and architectural design is unique for all classes to enjoy its aura.
It's a testament that the younger generation are now active participants in business. And the other thing that we're trying to come up with is, which you can see from here, is a sports complex and a restaurant, a members club only, one of a kind in Abuja. I would say not only in Abuja but in Nigeria. One thing I want to put in the spirit of all younger Nigerians, which is collectiveness. Let us be one.
Soho Boulevard is a one of one in the sense of exclusivity.
Where this project is concerned, it defines sophistication, it defines class, and it defines quality time.
With just few months targeted to complete the project, the Soho Boulevard sits on a 4,000 square meters of land in Maitama area of Abuja. Abdullah Hajia, NTA News.
Let's now join our sports desk for sports updates.
Super Falcons of Nigeria will now face Zambia in the quarterfinals of the ongoing WAFCON after a goalless draw against Algeria in their final Group B game on Sunday. Algeria's Lady Phoenix successfully stifled the Super Falcons to earn a scoreless draw in their final Group B match of the 13th Women Africa Cup of Nations on Sunday and earn a spot in the tournament's quarterfinals for the first time ever. And in athletics, Beacon of Hope has finally shined on Government Secondary School Gwagwa as Run Club Abuja reignited their lost hope of getting a digital education. Chairperson of the local organizing committee, Peju Lawantin, explained that GSS Gwagwa was chosen as the beneficiary due to its lack of accessible computers for students, despite the vital role of technology in secondary school education.
So we're here today because we support fitness and charity. We're helping people to achieve their fitness goals, and in the process of doing that, they're also supporting the children of GSS Gwagwa. So we felt we needed to select a school where we would have the most impact. Upon visiting several schools, we found out that GSS Gwagwa was a school that did not have any computers at all.
And moving on to Club World Cup finals, Cole Palmer produced a scintillating first half masterclass as Chelsea demolished Paris Saint-Germain 3-0 to win the Club World Cup final at the New Jersey's MetLife Stadium on Sunday. The English attacking midfielder scored twice and provided an assist for João Pedro in a devastating display in the revamped tournament decider that left the European and French champion, who finished 10-man shell-shocked before the break, with Palmer scoring a brace and João Pedro sealing the win. With Sports Brief, Moses Kuye, NTA News.
Thanks for watching the news at 1 p.m. Please join us at 7 for more news. Good afternoon.